Hello, 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 and happy Sunday, everyone. For those of you who are just catching me for the first time on my YouTube channel, I am Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, medical astrologer, master of numerology, and the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast Deck. And I am delighted to be here tonight with you to share some insight regarding the cosmic energy. For those who might not know the cosmic energy, what's going on up in our planets, and how that influences each and every one of us. So my mission for tonight is to chat with you about 3 planets that are going retrograde, or one that's in retrograde and 2 more following. And then to also just give a share on some other planets as well and help you activate one chakra tonight to clear a little bit of energy. So this energy of the retrogrades and the other amazing planets can actually work with you as opposed to against you. How this is going to work. For those of you who are new to this world, to this modality, just sit back, listen, grab your pen and paper if you want to take some notes, and let me dive right into this. Let's dive right into this. In regards to, let's speak about retrogrades first. In case you're not familiar with what retrograde is, the meaning of retrograde means any planet, because all planets retrogrades at some point throughout the year. Some retrograde for a short period of time, and some retrograde for a much longer period of time. And the meaning behind retrogrades is that planet's energy slows down, and it gives us an opportunity to reflect on whatever the energy of that planet actually is. So currently, planet Pluto. Now, there's some question whether or not planets actually, whether or not Pluto's actually a planet. But as for astrologers, we believe so. So Pluto is our planet of transitions and rebirths, but it's also tapping into things that have decayed, things have been sitting for way too long and may have some, as I would say, cobwebs on it, and they need to be released. And that's what Pluto is going to help us do. Now, depending on where Pluto might be sitting in your astrological chart, meaning what house, what theme Pluto is going to play for you during this 5-month retrograde, will determine what area of your life Pluto is going to help you with. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, how do I know what house Pluto is sitting in? That's a really good question. And the answer is, you can go over to astro.com and find out this amazing information. Astro.com, and it will give you all the planets. It will give you this beautiful circular shape of all your information. You may or may not be able to understand it, and if you do not understand it, that's really where I come, and you can email for additional information. And I'll leave that email at the end. So now that we have Pluto, where we know that Pluto is currently in retrograde, this week, at the end of the week, on May 22nd, May 23rd, depending on where you live, what zone you live, Saturn will join Pluto in retrograde. Saturn is our planet of discipline and structure. And the structure we speak of is about the internal structure. What needs to be more structured in your life? And again, depending on what house Saturn is sitting in your chart, will then be the theme that Saturn is going to help you with. Then a week later, the end of the month, on May 30th, Mercury will also go retrograde. Now, Mercury is a smaller planet and retrogrades more frequently throughout the year. In fact, Mercury retrogrades 3 to 4 times a year, And this year, Mercury will retrograde 3 times. Now, the interesting thing about Mercury's retrogrades this particular year is that all 3 times that it will retrograde, they're all in air signs. So we recently had Mercury retrograde, I believe it was back in February, and that was in Aquarius energy. This Mercury, at the end of the month, May 30th, it will retrograde in Gemini energy. And then there'll be a third Mercury retrograde towards the end of September, October, and that will be in Libra. All 3 retrogrades are influencing air signs, which then means Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra are really going to be influenced by this retrograde. Now, also, your opposition signs are going to be influenced as well. So the opposition sign of Aquarius is Leo. Opposition sign of Gemini is Sagittarius. And opposition sign of Libra is Aries. So those 6 signs are going to feel, and when I say feel, energetically feel, and it could also be physically, and let's just throw in there the mental aspects and also the spiritual aspects, that the energy of Mercury's retrograde could very well influence those 6 signs. Now let's speak about some other fun insights here that we have going on. A lot of energy going on in May, where we also have several planets in Gemini energy. And those planets are the Sun, Venus, and Mercury. And eventually we will also have, I believe we will also have or had Gemini energy, the moon energy in Gemini as well. So that will bring us to 4 planets sitting in Gemini energy. What does that mean? What does that mean? So let's rewind for a minute. Venus is the planet of love, relationship, and money. Gemini is the zodiac sign of communication. So how do we speak about money? How do we speak with our communication? With our relationships, rather. How do we speak in regards to love? How do we speak to ourselves? Is what I just heard. So that's the Venus energy. Then we have, as we spoke on before, Mercury. And now Mercury, being in Gemini, is a perfect combination because Mercury rules Gemini energy. So Mercury loves to be in Gemini. So it's a fabulous time for those who happen to have a Gemini moon, sun, or rising sign. Fabulous time for them. Same would go for the opposition sign, which is Sagittarius. So it's a fabulous time. Now I'm going to speak about one more planet, one more sign. And that planet is Mars. Mars. Actually, I might actually speak about 2 more planets. So Mars is sitting in the 4th house energy, which is ruled by Cancer. 4th house is all about our home, the shelter, and the actual physical body. And 4th house is associated with the new foundation. The new foundation that you may very well be in the process of building with all these retrogrades that are going on right now. And because Mars is all about action and aggression, so things need to happen. And Cancer, as mentioned, is about the 4th house, which is about the home, the family, and also very much associated with the connection you have with your mother, or even the connection you have with how you mother yourself and how you might mother people around you, how you care for people. and that's Mars energy. And let's take this one step further, because I really want to do this. When we speak about Jupiter, now Jupiter has just recently moved over to Pisces energy. Pisces is the 12th house energy. It's all about our intuition, our spiritual well-being, our senses, literally activating our senses. But it's also about things that come to an end in Pisces energy. But it's in Jupiter, and Jupiter is about expansion and gifts, perfectly aligned when we think about the gift aspect with Pisces, because again, the most spiritual sign there is. And when we think about spiritual is activating our spiritual gifts. So I don't know about you, but this really makes me very excited to know about all this amazing energy that's actually going on right now. Now, also understand, I just want to make a note too, that Pluto is sitting in Capricorn energy where it's retrograde. So that's very powerful as well. And when we think about all of this energy, and then we think about our actual desires, our dreams, our hopes, and then we ask ourselves, how is everything flowing externally for us? Is everything flowing externally for us? Is everything where you would like it to be? And that's why I chose to come here tonight to share with you about the cosmic energy and connecting a cosmic energy soul reading for you tonight to help you. And this soul reading that I'm about to give is not only for tonight, but this is activating the energy that's coming in for this week and next week. So this is going to be a one card reading that's going to activate. Actually, I might even do 3, but we'll see. We'll see what I'm being guided to do. Theoretically, most of the time it's 3. But whatever the case is, that this energy that I'm going to be connecting to is going to activate the energy for the next 2 weeks. The energy for the next 2 weeks to help you, excuse me, talk about Mercury energy, to help you release whatever stagnation might be going on in one or more of your chakras. Now, theoretically, when I do the reading tonight, because I'm being guided to pull one card, that one card is going to help you with one chakra. Now, if I need to do an add-on, I'll do an add-on, whatever the case is. It's free will tonight. I run the show. So with that being said, for those who are watching, whether you're watching here with me live, which is quite interesting, I'm going to take a peek at something. I want to even see if I can see this. So it's just so fascinating to me. So let me see. Let's see what's going on. Here we go. Oh, look at that. How beautiful. Gorgeous. How exciting is that? All right. Anyway, so here we are. And what I might actually do is do this live later too, depending, see how I feel. But here I am with each and every one of you tonight to share this amazing information with you and to help you really realign your energy so you can really gain the benefits of all that's coming in, and that you're not going to feel scattered or disoriented or confused or anxious even. Because when we have this much energy going on at one time, almost 3 retrogrades, a handful of planets sitting in one zodiac sign, that is a lot of energy for one person to handle. And it could have you a bit in the space of being woo-woo. Now, I myself love being in the space of woo-woo because I just think that's just the most amazing place to be. In woo-woo energy, intuitive, connecting with spirit, connecting with the angels, and just being enlightened. But for some, this may be a little overwhelming. This may be a little overwhelming in regards to how do I handle what it is that's going on with me? Like, why is it all of a sudden I'm starting to hear the simplest sounds, like maybe a bird chirping when there's so much noise going around me, which is a true story, by the way. A couple of weeks ago, I think it was last week, quick story, quick share. I was outside and there was so much train work going on around me. But then I heard this one little bird chirping away. And I was like, why do I hear a bird with all the sound around me? And that's how sensitive my ears are becoming. And I share this with you because kind of curious to know if you're starting to hear the slightest sounds, because that's an activation which your hearing gives you the ability to really activate spirit communication and put it to really good use, is what I would say to you. The other sense that might show up for you is that you may start to feel energy, literally feeling as though there's people around you, or feeling as though someone just passed by and just, very gently touched your shoulder or yanked on your hair or whatever it might be that you might actually be feeling. That's another sense that's showing up, that clairvoyance. It could also be in reference to seeing, with the seeing the shadows, seeing spirits, seeing loved ones that have crossed over and they're sitting right in front of you. So this energy that's coming in is quite powerful, but could be quite alarming for some, because if it's new and you don't know how to work with it, it can be scary. And I'm here today to help you calm yourself down and recognize that there's nothing scary about what you might be feeling, seeing, hearing, even smelling, or even tasting. For example, you might be just sitting at your desk and there's no food in sight, but then all of a sudden you get this major taste for, I don't know, Parmesan. Parmesan, you get a major taste for Parmesan. I never know why I always speak of Italian food when I speak of tasting food. I have no clue. But maybe one of you who are watching this might connect with Parmesan. Who do you know that's crossed over that use Parmesan a lot? Because perhaps whomever that is might be connecting with you. Because this is a way of how spirit connects with us through different things that remind us of them. So, for example, you might randomly out of the blue start to smell a cigar. Someone that you love, a loved one, a friend, a coworker who crossed over might have smoked a cigar, and all of a sudden you get that cigar scent, and there's no one around you who is smoking. Well, there you go. One of your spirit friends have shown up. So it's amazing that what this energy, it can very well help us with. Amazing. But on the same side of it being amazing, the flip side, as I said before, could be a little scary. Could be a little scary because it's so unusual, so unknown. And if you do not have an outlet to share this information with, it can become overwhelming. So again, I'm here to share the insight with you and also to be your supporter as well, to be your guide, to be your mentor for that matter. So if you happen to be experiencing your senses that are being amplified in this very moment, and as we move into these amazing energies, and you're really not sure what to do with it, and you're concerned, you're worried, you're getting a little anxious from it, feel free to email healingwithin76@gmail.com. And when you do, put in the memos 5 senses activating. And then I'll know that you were here watching on my YouTube channel and you would have some questions. Also put in your email your questions, so then I can respond back to the questions. And based on those questions, I can then decide if it's necessary for you and I to get on a call together and to explore deeper in whatever it is you might be experiencing in this amazing energetic time. So with this said, and I know your time is valuable, as mine is too, I would love to help you work on one chakra tonight so we can activate that one chakra and possibly help you to shift a little bit of energy. So this energy that is surrounding you right now, between the Pluto, the Mercury, the Saturn retrograde, and also the amazing Jupiter in Pisces, Mars in Cancer energy, there's a lot going on. And I haven't even tapped on Uranus. I haven't tapped on, oh my God, there's so much. There is so much. Chiron. And remembering that Mercury and Venus are sitting in Gemini energy. So there's a lot going on. Let's not get overwhelmed. So what I like to do now is I like to invite you to take a moment as you sit and just become open to receiving whatever insight I have to offer you, and however it lands, what resonates, take with you, and what does not resonate, what does not land with you, just leave it on the table. And you can always come back and see if it resonates later. Sometimes I often find that when we're in the moment, sometimes it doesn't resonate right away. Come away from it and then come back, and it's like all of a sudden you might hear yourself saying, wow, I remember her saying such and such. So take a note. All right, so with that being said, just take a moment, just be in your body, be aware of your breath, be aware wherever you are, and if you want to close your eyes just to really get centered, feel free to do so. And the magic thing about this is you don't really need to know anything about chakras. So if you don't have a clue what your chakra system is, just a really quick introductory to them. Your chakra system runs within your body and is aligned with your spine. There are a total of like, oh my God, so many that lives in a cosmic world, but overall you have 114 chakra points within your body. There are 12 that run along your spine, and most healers work with 7 of the chakras. And when I work with you tonight, I will be working with one of the 7 chakras in your alignment of your spine. So let's see what we got going on. Let's see. Loving it. Oh, and it's so perfect. So what I mean by it's so perfect, the word is change. Now, diving from astrology, as I mentioned, I am also a master of numerology, which is what my cards are also created from. When we talk about the number 5 in numerology, that is all about change, the change. And all of this energy between the retrogrades, all the planets in Gemini energy, Mars, and also Jupiter, all of this is creating change in every one of our lives. Now, the big question is, what theme is every one of these planets and zodiac signs actually associated with on an individual level? And that's very personalized for all of us. So I could not do a random read and say that this is going to be a one-size-fits-all category based on where the change is going to be. But I will say that wherever Pluto, Mercury, and Saturn are sitting on your natal chart, know that there's definitely going to be change that surrounds the throat chakra, because that's what that is, throat chakra. So there's going to be change around how you communicate. And it's so interesting because, again, Mercury is the planet of communication, but it's also the planet of travel, schedule, and planning. And then the zodiac sign Gemini is associated with communication. So it's so interesting on how that popped up here. So our number is 5. And as mentioned, when we talk about numerology, the universal energy, and when I speak about universal energy, means that everybody on this planet, whether or not you are conscious or not about it, every one of us are feeling a 5 energy, which is all about the change, freedom, adventure, and courage, along with unpredictability. And over the next 5 months, because that's when most of these retrogrades will flow through, over the next 5 months, every one of us are going to experience some sort of change in our lives, whether it's related to your career, your relationship, your health, your money, your home, your fame, helping people in whatever area of your life. There's going to be change. There's not a person on this earth that's not going to experience a change. Now, however, there can be many people who are not aware of that change because they're not connecting the dots. But there's going to be change. Everyone's going to change. Everyone's going to have some sort of shift in their life. And some might even refer to as, well, it was just a coincidence that this has happened. My philosophy, my belief, there are no such thing of coincidence. And when we can really open up and understand and learn about astrology, numerology, and our personal energy and how all of this is all energy and comes together, it makes so much sense. And that's what I'm here to do, is help you make sense out of all of this energy that's going on, and why you might be feeling a little out of sorts, why you might be feeling a little disoriented, why you might be feeling overwhelmed, maybe even tired. I have heard and I have read from many, many people on Facebook that everyone's tired. Everyone's really, really tired. And when we have this much energy, spiritually speaking, it can be very tiring on our spirit. Not the type of tired that you need to go and take a nap, but maybe go and lay down just to rest would be helpful, but not necessarily to sleep. In fact, sometimes with this much energy, sleep may be a bit challenging. You might actually find yourself lying in bed when you should be sleeping with your eyes wide open and not being able to. That's due to this energy that we're experiencing right now. So I invite you during these next 5 months to allow yourself to be gentle on your soul and recognize that whatever changes are going on in your life at this time, no matter how big or small they are, recognize that these changes are meant to happen. Do not resist the changes. Do not try to hold on to something that's in a space of Pluto's energy, to transition from it and let it go. Because if you're going to try to hold on to something that has already decayed, you're only going to make this process more challenging for yourself. So I invite you just to be very open, allow yourself just to embrace whatever it is you are feeling. And as I said earlier, if there is anything that is making you uncomfortable, those 5 senses where you're starting to hear things and there's no one around you, or you're seeing things like flashes or shadows happening and you're just kind of curious, or you felt like someone just rubbed your shoulder and there's no one there. You happen to smell a cigar and there's no one around you. You're starting to taste Italian, French, Chinese, Haitian, whatever it is, and you're starting to taste it, and you're nowhere around a restaurant or a kitchen, and you're kind of curious to know what's going on, I invite you to email healingwithin76@gmail.com. And I would be more than happy to share with you all the insight that I can share to help you feel more at ease over the next 5 months, so you can welcome the transition that you are experiencing at this very time with the help of Pluto, Mercury, and Saturn, and all the planets that sit in Gemini, and our amazing, amazing energy of the Jupiter Pisces and the Mars and Cancer energy at this very moment. Because we are in such amazing energy right now, it could be a little overwhelming. But coming back to our card to transition and really work on that throat chakra, allow yourself to take in some hot tea. If you don't like hot liquids during the hot season, then grab me something chilled if you like. I myself prefer hot because then it really helps to activate the throat. And if possible, also wear the color blue, because to help activate any of our chakras by wearing a specific color also helps to activate the actual chakra. And the chakra color for the throat can be turquoise like the card, or even blue for that matter. I do hope that you did find tonight's insight to be helpful. And perhaps maybe you even learned something and resonated with something. And whatever it is, I invite you to let me know. Feel free to send me your comments and let me know how this resonated. And know that you could practice activating the throat chakra every day, a few minutes, just by allowing yourself just to visualize that beautiful turquoise color and seeing that the turquoise color sitting right on the throat. And allowing yourself to communicate, express, say what you mean and mean what you say and speak your truth. And as you do, you will begin to really embrace the power of this amazing energy that we are in right now. Every one of us are experiencing it. Every one of us are energy. Every one of us are connected to each other because we are all energy. So just send out some positive vibrations. Keep your conversations positive. Keep your thoughts positive, and just stay in a space of high vibration. And as you do, you will enjoy this amazing energy that is here right now and continues to grow. Because again, we are currently in the Pluto retrograde, and we will be in Saturn retrograde 1 week from today, which is May 22nd, 23rd, depending on your time zone. And a week from there, we will also be in the Mercury retrograde at the end of the month, May 30th. So I wish you an amazing time during this energetic shift, and know that you will change, you will shift, and you will be a very different person at that point than you are now. Keep notes, keep a journal, even keep a journal by your bedside, because this is a very powerful time for you to experience dreams. Even for those of you who may have never dreamt before, you may find that you're remembering dreams when you wake up. Write it down as soon as you do. This way here you can remember them. And just go to Google and see what your dreams mean. Or again, you can email healingwithin76@gmail.com for more insight on whatever's going on in your world right now. I thank you so much for being here. I thank you so much for taking the time out to pay attention to me, listen to me share insight with you. And I do hope that you did find something valuable out of today's live. And just focusing in on your throat chakra, keeping your words high and vibrating, and know that change is definitely on its way. Doesn't matter where it's going to come from. Could be every area in your life, or it could be one specific place. But know that change is on its way, with the help of Pluto, Saturn, and Mercury. And all the other amazing planets such as Mars, Venus, Jupiter, all the amazing planets. Uranus, we didn't speak really much about Uranus today. I really try to focus in on all the energy that's really high right now. So with all that being said, I look forward to connecting with you at another time when the energies are just as high. But for now, have yourself an amazing night or day wherever you are. And once again, I am Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Colon, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, medical astrologer, master of numerology, and the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast Deck. And I am here to help you release issues from your tissues as you release emotional weight and fall in love with yourself. Well, I get to witness your transformation of being the best version of who you are. My work is powerful. My work is purposeful. And I'm so blessed to do the work that I do. And I thank you. Namaste.